Okay, now we tie the Clouser Minnow. Of course, originally invented by Bob Clouser. But this is a fly that you saw being used in the Kodiak show, where we went after silvers in the salt water and in the estuaries and the rivers of Kodiak Island. Great fly for that, fun to tie. Of course, it's got a lot of saltwater applications as well. And we're going to kind of tie it in its traditional colors here. We put some lead eyes here. We've got to leave some space for the front of the fly. And we start with what will be the bottom of the fly, but we tie it in the top first. And I've got some bucktail fibers here, white, that I've already stacked. I'm going to split in half here. And we're going to tie those in like so on the top of the fly at about that length. And let's bring my thread back forward here. You can tie this on a shorter shanked hook as you want if you'd like to. I just like things on a little bigger hook, especially for those silvers. Make sure all that stayed on the top. Cinch it in good. Really bound it down tight. Again, it's deer hair, so it's really resilient and coarse. So you got to make sure. I'm going to hold this down over here. Bring your thread back and just simply bind this down on the top of the hook all the way back. Okay, so it kind of looks like that, and I got a feeling that our tail might be out of the... I may have tied that a little long, but you get the idea. You could see it. You may not be able to see the edge of the tail on the camera. I think it may cut off right here. But then what we're going to do is flip the fly over now. Okay, I told you that was kind of the bottom of the fly, and you're going to see. Now I'm going to loosen up my vise here. This is the first time I've turned it. Okay. So now what we just tied on the top becomes the bottom. And now we're going to bring our thread back up here, and we're going to put a little flash in here. Now this you can put all different colors or whatever you'd like in there. You can put just regular Flashabou or crystal flash. This is a little material that I like. And when it gets wet, it really sparkles and really performs nicely. But I'm going to lay it in so like that. Trim the tips off here so I don't have to do that later. Lay it in on top. Cinch down. Okay, and then obviously when these lay down, you want them about the same length as what you've already tied in there. And now there's just really one step. I'm going to go a couple over here just to make sure that those materials are bound down there. And now the only thing left is what in essence becomes the top of the fly, because this fly will ride because you put the weight here. It's going to flip it over, and your hook, of course, will be riding up. So I've already stacked this green bucktail. Okay, and again, I think I got a little too much, so we'll just do that. And we want to tie it on there about the same length as what you've already done. And this is bucktail, so you can use a heavy thread and really bind it down good. So you can kind of work it through and just make sure you got it at the same length, which we do. Trim off the excess. And then just kind of cover up all that green in there. And again, you can tie this with a chartreuse colored thread too. I chose white here because I've got that chartreuse color in the eyes that you can see. And then it's a simple whip finish, and bingo. Let me flip this over so you can see it. And there's your Clouser Minnow. We used that fly at Kodiak, and boy, the silvers really like that.